Hello, Steve here. Welcome back to Cryptic Woodworks. Some people might have noticed I didn't have too many build videos in the last couple of weeks, and that's because I was actually doing some major work on a new dust collection system. So what I originally had was this jet unit that, this motor would have been mounted down on the floor on its own base and then run up into the filter and into the bag. Now, if you've ever used one of these, you've probably experienced the fact that these filters clog really fast and they're a pain to clean out. I actually have to take the filter off, grab my shop vac, vacuum out the filter and empty the shop vac, then I can put the whole system back together. And I initially had a pre-separator on it too, which was just the garbage can with the little sort of cyclone pieces on it. I did that for years. It was okay, but it never worked that great. It would get about half full and then just start sucking into the bag. And since I was a little lazy, didn't clean it out as much as I should, the bag starts to fill, the filter clogs, you lose suction. You kind of know the rest of the story. So what I did was I upgraded to this Oneida Super Dust Deputy. I have the 5-inch version, and that is run into a real heavy-duty 20-gallon collection drum, so there's no chance that this drum will collapse under the pressure. I found this by reading some reviews, looking around Amazon for people that used it. If anyone's interested, I can throw the link into it. And then I just had to start getting creative. So I knew I wanted the motor coming down from the top so that I get a more of a direct line right into the Dust Deputy's 6-inch outlet port. And that meant I was going to need some extra connectors. So that's all this kind of semi-ugly duct tape that you see up here. These are, the jet has 5-inch ports that come off to connect to its filter. And there aren't a whole lot of 5-inch things you can find out there, at least I couldn't find as I was looking. So I found these 5-inch adjustable adapters. Okay, and this is what the adapters are. And what happens is they can spin and slide, so you can make all sorts of different configurations depending on the angle that you need to do. So I have one of these sitting up top, and I have two on the bottom so that I can bring this hose out. Part of it is I was trying not to spend tons of money, so this is the original hose, and one on the top, one on the bottom wasn't quite enough, but two allowed me to reuse the original hose, so that was pretty nice. Then it was just a matter of getting a 6-inch adapter that Oneida sells and a 5-to-4 reducer. This is a 6-inch port here, but it doesn't automatically hold the 6-inch hose, so you need to put this adapter in. And this 5-inch port here doesn't fit everything else out there, so you need this 5-to-4 reducer. Like I say, Oneida sells these on their website, so you can order them with it. And at that point, I was able to get this Y, which does fit in nicely inside of the 4-inch reducer. So that's just taped in place. And then from the Y, I have blast gates that go off to some of my different equipment. So what I did was I do have some little self-tapping screws going through, holding things in place. So there's a couple here. The reason I haven't taped this is a few more, so I'll probably put 2 more in here. Then I'll tape this assembly because it does leak a little bit. And the same thing here, I have some self-tapping screws that are underneath this foil tape that are holding this in place. And then these guys here are just press fit, so I can take them on and off as needed. So just a couple of standard blast gates that are on here. And I have one here, runs out to the table saw so that I can quickly open that up whenever I want to do cutting on the table saw. And then another I can open up and run out to get to things like my planer that's off to my left here, my jointers further off to my left. Those are many of my big dust makers. On the other side of the shop, I do have a fest tool with a little Dust Deputy that's connected to my CNC, and I use that on my bandsaw as well. So when things are full, all I have to do is pop this lever. I can lift the Dust Deputy slightly. It's attached to the lid down here. Pull the bucket out, empty it, put the bucket right back in, drop it down and attach it. So it's pretty darn simple now. And I did some tests. I was just vacuuming up some little stuff as I worked. I saw almost nothing reaching the bag, so that's precisely what I was hoping for. Alright, so that's just my little review of the new dust collector setup. I may still make some changes in the future. I see some people that they lift this this jet assembly up so that it's more or less in line with this. So it gives you less bends in here and better airflow. I just have to be careful to try to stay below my garage door hangers because I like being able to put it over in the corner here. But I might see what I can do there to simplify this assembly that's up here. So that's kind of it for now. I hope you enjoyed this, and like I say, I'll post some of the links or items that I found in case you're ever thinking about building one, so where you can get the buckets or some of these 5-inch reducers or anything like that. Try and give you a hand and help you out, since I had a heck of a time figuring out how to get things to attach to other things on this. Alright, have a great day and stay dusty.